Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. We are back on Robillard. And I just came into morning. I spent the night. It gets very dark here. I didn't realize that this billboard here lights up. It's very bright at night. It's got this light on it. I think I did. I think I saw that before. I think I did mention at one point, what is that? That's a light. And then I forgot about it. Anyway, let's get on with what we were doing, which I don't recall what it was. We'll figure it out. Let's run through the system here. See what we were doing. Let's see, we do have new grass to do. I don't need the windrower. I should get rid of it. I'm not using it. Cut down on some equipment here. Boy. There, let's get this guy going. Okay, Grasshopper, are you ready to go back to work? Because this, I don't think, is his start. This is his start over here. I'll tell you what, I'm going to, if I do this again as far as these courses go, there's an option when you do a course to have it when it's done go back to the start. And I used to do that when I did 2015. I haven't done it for a long time. I should do that. It makes it easier when you have a run like this where you're doing over and over and over. Let him go. And then I think I've got another thing coming. Uh-oh, this is going to be a problem. I know this is a glitch, but it makes me laugh. So I'm going to do it. Hang on. I have no choice. That just makes me laugh. Okay, so evidently there's a strip here he didn't finish. Let's finish it. Let me put this all together because it's all whacked out now. Let's fix it, and then I'll finish that run out. What is this? Field number 31, I believe. Alright, let's spread it back out again. I've started using the case seeder again. I've remodded it to do a couple extra things. This one is nice. I like this one, but I'm tired of using the John Deere. I'll probably keep using it here, but on new gameplays, I've been using the new seeder. Well, different seeder. I used to use the case all the time, but it does a good job. It's a different mod than I had before. Let's see here. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Well, I'm going to have to figure out, let's see, is it in that one? There is one in here, but I don't think that's the one I'm using. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. This might be the one I'm using. Let's see. Nope, it's not here. Huh. Okay, it's not in sewing machines. Is it in Maverick? There is one in Maverick. I don't think that's the one I'm using. The one I'm using is a standalone. But I'm not doing it here anyway, so we'll work on that later. What did we seed here? Canola. Very good. Let's finish it out then. Unfortunately, I have to reseed over stuff that was already seeded to do this. It's because I was seeding late at night and it went into the next day. So once it did that, it had 8 hours of growth. At least 8 hours of growth, if not more. So, oh well. Que sera, sera. I'll just have to wait a little bit longer after part of it is ready to go. Part of it won't be, so. The rolling hills of Robillard Flats. Went over that in the last episode. Just made me laugh. Just tickled me a little bit about rolling hills on a flat farm. Right, let's see. This is field 31. Field 2 and 1. 1 and 2 are seeded. 1 and 2 and 31. 32 and 33. Let's look at 32 and 33. Right. Okay, 32 and 33. It looks like 33 has sugarcane on it. And 32 has soybeans, maybe? And 1, 2, and 31 all have canola. 4 and 5 need to be done, but let me double check and make sure that if you look at the growth stage, that's where you really know. Yes, it looks like the sugarcane is there. And 32's been harvested, so I need to seed 32. Right. Okay, so let's get back in here. We're not done. We need to seed 32 before we run up to field 4 and 5. As soon as I find field 32, I guess it's this one here. Now I use this John Deere mainly because when it folds up, it's no wider than the tractor. And so I don't have trouble going through trees and getting on the road and that kind of thing. Interesting thing about the case I'm using is when you spread it out, there's no collision on the booms at all, on the arms, on whatever you want to call the seating part. So you can drive right through trees and stuff if you want to and not have to worry about getting stuck on them. Alright, so this is 32. Do I have a seeding course for 32? 32, field 32. Harvest, plow, grass to farm. Harvest and plow. Don't I have any... I don't have any folders put together, do I? Alright, 32 does not have a seeding course. I wonder how much trouble it would be. It's a very small field. I'm going to leave it canola, and maybe we'll just do it. I'm just gonna seed it. Get a little better angle on it. Well, I guess it's okay. I can still see the ends of the seeder. A couple of runs, it'll be done. I could use GPS. Now see, with the case seeder, I wouldn't have to worry about those trees at all because there's no collision on the boom, on the seeder part. So that's kind of handy. It does a very good job. And I don't really have to worry about the rolling hills. Sometimes with rolling hills, if the seeder doesn't articulate, you miss spots. I don't think I've had that trouble with the case. There's mud on the field. I just noticed that. Cool. I'm playing a map. God, what was it? Oklahoma. There's a new Oklahoma. It's a carryover of the old Oklahoma that we played in 2015. And now let me turn this seeder off because I don't want to reseed my sugarcane over there. It's a port over of 2015's version of Oklahoma. And it just popped in my mind when I hit that mud hole in the field. There are also, there's a terrain mod on there, on the new Oklahoma. And there's mud in places, but the mud is in the craziest places. You would think that the mud would accumulate on a place where there's heavy traffic, because when you have heavy traffic, you make furrows in the road ruts in the road, and that's where the water collects, right? Well, on the Oklahoma map, it's like, okay, there's a mud hole right there between those two trees on the right. It's not on the road. It's not where you'd think it would be. So if you're driving on a road, there might be a mud hole on the side of the road where you're not driving. So my whole thought is, why did you put mud in at all if you're not going to actually do anything with it? In other words, if I'm driving on the road, I'll never hit the mud because the mud's not in the road. It's on the side of the road. Now, that's not a case 100% of the placement of the mud. That's not the case. But a majority of it, as I'm driving around the map, I'm not hitting any mud, but I can see it. So it's kind of interesting. Now, in this map, again, the mud is a collection. Why would there be a collection? Well, it'd be because there's a dip in the road, or a hole in the terrain where it collects, where rain collects. Like this road right here, you'd have ruts in this road. Well, that's where the mud collects. That would be kind of a gimme. There's no grass here, so the mud just kind of sits here and pools and puddles, as they say. And that would be a common thing to see. On that other map, the mud holes are over off to the side on what appears to be flat ground. But I don't know. All right, we're going to run up to field 4 and 5 and do some more. I'm going to continue on with canola, I guess. I guess that's the theme for this harvest. I won't have to worry about windrow if that's the case. Oh, I was going to run up to field 37 and get that thing going, wasn't I? Man, this tractor just takes up the whole road. Can you imagine what it would be like if I had triple wheels on it? It would be wide. So, Alien Jim has a map coming out. It will probably already be out by the time you see this episode. This episode is going to be about 3 weeks in advance, or 3 weeks after the time. Well, let's just say I've got quite a few episodes recorded, so you're not going to see this for a while. Where is my field? Where am I at? Uh-oh. I don't know where I'm at. Let's go over to field number 4. Because I don't know where I was. Right, now, do I have a course set up for field number 4? I did. I don't. I don't have a... Oh, okay, I'm going to make one because, gosh, it's so small, though. It's long. It's a long field. I wonder. I don't think I can. I don't think it will let me do it. Well, I don't know. Let's try, I guess. You never know till you try. Let me wind this thing around. I'm just going to hire a worker and see how far I get. I'm almost out of canola, so I got to get a truck up here. Actually, that worked out pretty good. I didn't think I was close to the edge on the left side there. All right, I'm going to be out of canola. I got to go get a truck, and not that one. This one, and I want to trade this one in. I've been using the new Stevie one because it does something interesting. Where is the dealer? The dealer. Dealer. There's the butcher. Dealer, was that clear over on the left? I think it was. Fuel cell. Right, let's go to the garage and find my truck. There's my truck. Go to the shop and hope I put it in the folder, because I don't remember if I did. Did I? I did, I think. So there's two versions of this. This one is a normal service truck. This one does something else besides that. And oh my God, that color. That ain't right. Okay, engine set up. I'm going to put the bigger engine in. I'm going to leave everything else standard. And let's buy it. And then let's go find it. And I'll find out where the dealer's at. Well, how much equipment do I have? No wonder I'm getting lag. Okay, there it is. So I was right. The dealer is over on the west side there. So let's get him to field 4. And now I've showed this in a couple of episodes already, but I don't know which episodes you guys watch. So what you do with this is you can, as usual, you can do your fuel, you can do your feed and seed, all that kind of stuff. But you can also, if you set your truck up, and I'm going to back the truck up, but normally you set the truck up and you would drive up to the rear end of it where the tools are, and then you jump out of the truck, you hit the R key, and it brings up the direct selling and customization. So we can customize our rig here if we want to. Isn't that sweet? If there's a customization that you can do. Or you can actually sell the rig right from the truck. So isn't that sweet? And it also does, like I said, it also does the weed and seed and feed and all that junk doodle-doo. So let's get our truck filled up. I'm probably on the wrong side. I don't need fertilizer. I need seed. But I don't remember which side the seed's on. So let's find out. We did it. It was on that side. I don't need fertilizer, so I'm not going to do it right at this moment. And, oh shoot. Oh, I forgot when I was in the truck to set it up into field or group number 1. So I've done something interesting I talked about in a couple other episodes where I got lazy is what happened. I got really lazy, and I have a folder for every map I play, every mod, and the map again is a mod also. So if you're playing Robillard, you would have the mod Robillard in your mod folder. So I started off being really good and creating a folder for a mod, putting in the mods, if any, that come with the map that you're putting in. Like, let's say Robillard has special equipment that they want you to use. They would put that in the folder. Okay, so I would start off by doing that, and then, boy, I didn't get a lot of this done, did I? That's that Rolling Hills for you. I would only put the mods in that I planned on using. At first, I was very good about that, and then I got lazy. So then all of a sudden, okay, I'm going to start, say, Maverick. So I download Maverick map. I make a folder called Maverick. I put the farm mod in Maverick. And then, instead of doing what I started out doing by only putting in the handful of mods that I had planned on using, I would go and throw all my mods in there because it was easy. I could just grab them and throw them in there. So I'd put 100 mods in there. And then it was fast. I could sit down and play rather than go through and say, okay, I want that John Deere and I want that combine and I want that seeder. And you know what I mean? That's what I was doing initially. Here's what I found out. When I started getting away from that, which I have now, I'm trying to pull some of the equipment out because it affects your FPS, it affects your performance, your gameplay. And I was getting too many mods in there, and they were affecting the gameplay. I was getting stutters, I was getting FPS problems and all kinds of junk like that. I just started a huge map, a very, very huge map. And I only grabbed the mods that I wanted to use. Now, at some point, I decided, okay, you know what? I need that windrower that I didn't put in there because I want to use it. So I would stop the game and I would go get that and put it in the folder. So I would only put things in as I needed them. What I found out was that I've got some mods that weren't working correctly, that are working correctly now. So I was having conflicts in mods that I didn't even know were conflicting because they were still working. They just weren't working properly, and I was blaming it on the mod. Now, why in the hell does this mod not work on this map when it worked on that map? It was because I had other mods in there that I wasn't using that were conflicting with the mod I wanted to use. So I should know better, and I do. But again, I just got lazy. All right, Darren Minnell finished that, except for that one spot on the end. That wasn't his fault, though. So I'm going to go down and clean that up, and then we'll run over to that field next to us here. It looks like it seeded okay. It just had the plow had a problem on these hills. There were a couple spots right here that did not get plowed. Oh well. That just means there's a couple that may or may not get a full harvest. Vis-a-vis not being properly plowed. Say that 3 or 4 times. Peter Piper picked, you know. Okay, let's start right here in this corner. And I'm going to do a course play route here because it's a huge field. It's very big. So let's do a course. Well, see, I learned my lesson because I'm moving over. I'm migrating over to a new PC. And I didn't want to load the PC up with a bunch of crap from the get-go. So I only put certain games over there, and I only did certain folders and files and mods. And I had to repopulate each universe with the proper mods I wanted to use. And so I started doing that by, instead of just dumping them on there, I would put about Skyrim and Fallout 4. So I would start off by just selecting the mods that I could not play without. I just literally don't want to play this game if I can't use that mod. And I would migrate those over. But I didn't just migrate them over. As I installed them in the game, I would start the game to make sure that they were working properly and that there were no conflicts. And once I did that, I would put the next one over. And again, I would do the same thing. All right, we're in the southeast, so let's move on to that. Southeast heading north. And by doing that, I became aware immediately if there was an issue, because if I moved the next mod over and the game would not start, or it would crash, or it would freeze, I knew I had a problem with that mod. And not necessarily that mod, but that mod. It could be just that mod that caused the problem, or it could be that mod conflicting with another mod. But I would know that that mod was one of the problems. So it was a lot easier to resolve the conflicts that I was having. I'm going to do 2 headlands because it's a big field. And I want to get away from those trees. So here we go. Let's save this. Was it tedious? Oh man, it really was. It took me all day to migrate Skyrim over to the new PC. Field 05. Field 05. Seed. There we go. So anyway, I found that it's so refreshing to be able to play a game that doesn't crash and burn every 10-15 minutes, because literally that's what was happening with my game. I would try to do a 45-minute video, and it would take me an hour and a half of raw footage to do 45 minutes, if not more, and crash and have to restart the game and try to edit it so it all came together so you didn't know it crashed. That's just the price you pay, for modding. Oh, where are you going? No. Am I going the wrong way? Let me see. Let me turn to 0. Yes, I'm going the wrong way. It wants me to go this way. If I'd have looked at the arrow, it would have showed me that, wouldn't it have? So it's a very tedious way to do it. I did the same thing with Fallout 4, but now I've got a game that's running properly. There are several things that happened as I did that. One was I found out that there were some of the mods that I was using that had that I had version 2, let's say, and now they're on version 8 or 9 or 10. I have a tendency when I use mods and I like the mod I'm using to not update automatically, because I've had some mods that I've used that when I updated it, it stopped doing something that I particularly liked that it did. So to me, a new update on a mod doesn't mean that it's an improvement on the mod. Not always. It may be for the person that made the mod, but for me, that mod did something I really, really enjoyed, and now that it got updated, it doesn't do that anymore. And so I'm disappointed in the mod because I like the way it worked before. So I tend not always to automatically update. Now, that's a fault on my part, because a lot of times the reason there's an update is because there's a conflict and they're fixing it. Right? So you probably should update. The other thing that could happen is that I get a mod that the update is doing something that I would like better. But like I said, I have a tendency that if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So now that I've got that all done, I'm pleasantly surprised. The game's running great. I'm not getting crashes or burns, and I did have to drop some mods. There were some mods that just were not working properly and were conflicting, and I had to decide, okay, I've got 2 mods. One of them I don't care whether it's in there or not, so I'm going to drop that one and keep the one I do care because there was a conflict. Or I would have a conflict between 2 mods where I wanted both of them, but there's a conflict that I either can't fix or or whatever, or have to compromise on. I could fix the conflict, but one of them isn't going to work to the full extent that I'd like it to. So I would then have to decide of the 2 mods, which one could I live without? Even though I want both of them, which one could I not live without? And I would select that one and dump the other one. So the game looks about the same. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to tell a difference, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. As long as it works good, that's all I care about. Right, let's move on. Enough mod talk. This is the one I haven't got working, so let me get it working. Let's move it down to this other corner, which I know is where I started. There is a map that's coming out that I'm waiting for. I can't remember what it's called or that, but I know that I've been told that it's made in a manner that's similar to what 2019 is going to be like, in that you can actually kind of build your own farm. And I know you guys probably know which one it is. I just don't recall as I'm sitting here. It will be out by the time you see this, but it's not out to the public yet. I think a couple of some of the big shot YouTubers have it, but I'm not a big shot, so I don't have access to it. But anyway, that's just a little crybaby stuff right there. The map might be a prelude to what we can expect a little bit in 2019, so I kind of am waiting for it to come out. I hope it comes out soon, because there's only 2 months at the time that I'm recording this. It's mid-September, and there's only a couple months left, and we'll have Farm Sim 2019. I still don't know a lot of the details because I don't want to on 2019. I find it affects me. I'm kind of that way. It is going to tell you the plot of a movie, and you say, oh my god, I haven't seen it yet. You just ruined it for me. That's kind of how I feel about games and stuff. I don't want to know a lot of details because it affects the way I think about it, the way I feel about it. And it will affect, in the long run, it will affect how I feel about that game when it actually comes out. So I don't like to know all that stuff. Some people just cannot wait to find out. I think it's rather strange that I am a little impatient in nature about some things. On other things, I'm completely the opposite. I think it's because I'm a Gemini. I'm two people. I'm two personalities. But there you go. I've always been that way. Sometimes I'm just overly secure in my belief that I can do something or anything, and then other times I think that I'm a failure and can't do anything right. What is here? Do I not have animals yet? Did I not have animals in Robillard yet? I thought I did. Finances, animals. I do. I just don't have the breeding animals, I guess. Okay, I don't have the breeding animals. But you see, the reason I came up with that is right here. I have this to do. And it may be already done. Let me see. It is. Never mind. It's already done. I can... It works. I thought I hadn't done the plumbing yet. So... But it does. It does. Never mind. Never mind. Moving along here. Moving along. Speaking of animals, do they have any needs? They certainly do. Oh my God. My animals are starving. No, those are breeding. Never mind. The cows are okay. They're getting down low, but they're okay for now. And the sheeps are fine. Sheeps are looking good. And the pigs are okay. They need base food. Base food is corn, I guess. All right. Let me see if I have any corn for them. What was I doing here? Right, this is where I left off. I remember saying in the last episode, I'm going to leave the truck here so I'll remember what I was doing. Do you guys remember me saying that? Here, I forgot. All right, I don't know why I did that, but there you go. I'm doing it. Now, let's see if I have any corn. I can't recall if I do or not. Probably should have been what I was seeding, but those stupid chickens. Where's the conga line? There's usually a conga line here. Dun, 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 dun. Chickens in a row. Right. Let's look for some corn here. I do have a little bit. 113 bushels. Which isn't very much, evidently. Well, let's give it to the pigs, I guess. It's not very much. I'm going to have to seed some. Where the piggies? Hey, piggies. Hey, piggies. Want some corn? Of course you do. I bet they'd like to have some rye. Want some rye? Of course you do. That's from a game that I used to love. One of the classics, Return to Zork. Or Zork. There was a Zork and a Return to Zork. It's a Zork game. I love that game. It was a classic. Yes, indeed it was. Where do you water the cows? Is it on the other end? Must be on the other end. Right, let's see. I need some silage, if I have any. Let's see if there's any in storage. I'm kind of feeling laid back today. I don't know if you can tell. I just don't care if I get a lot of stuff done. There wasn't much there. That doesn't mean I don't have any. I might have some in the silage silo. I'm feeling kind of laid back, so, you know, I'm not in a hurry to do anything. I'm just kind of piddling around on the farm. Just piddly dinks. Let's see. A little bit in there. 150,000. Which equates to something else because it comes in and pounds on the truck. I have mixed feelings about that mod. I put this mod in that converts the units. And you can change it if you get confused. You can change it. Wheat is in bushels. Barley's in bushels. Silage. Let me go to the silage. Where's the silage? Manure, slurry, seeds, wood chips, silage. There's silage. The silage is in tons. Now that's in the storage. In the truck, it converts it to pounds for some reason. And I think you can change that in the config. I kind of am mixed about this. And I've actually had a couple of people tell me they don't like it. Not that they don't like me doing it. They don't like using it. So, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't think I need this much. But I'll take whatever I don't need and put it in storage, because that's probably where I should put it in the first place. Piggy piggies. Big pigs. Big pigs. I like pigs. One of the things I liked about growing up, I raised pigs. I love my pigs. I hated sheep, but I love pigs. We had a little bit of cattle. I love my horses, but they were just a money pit. Is it going to take it all? Not quite. All right, let's put this back in storage. And then we'll check the pig food mixer. I can't recall how many animals I've got. I don't think I have that many. Okay. hit my barn. Grasshopper's done. One of them anyway. Which one? Probably the farm one here. Where's the pig mixer? Oh, it's right there. I should know. I put them in. If you know what I mean. Let's, I don't want to do that. Never mind. I was going to jump over to Grasshopper, but that doesn't bother me. Let's see. It looks like we've got a little bit of everything left in there, which kind of maybe means that this is full. It needs to be empty. Because it only holds a certain amount, 150,000. Let's get that. While that's doing that, let me look around, see what else we got here. So what is it that I was making here? I can't remember. Okay, I got slurry in there and straw in there. I was making manure, it looks like. That's what it looks like I was doing. Okie dokie. Get this guy out of the way. Why was I making manure? I guess there's probably some fruit that I was going to do. I still don't recall what I was doing with the fuel. I got fuel in a previous episode and I can't remember why. I was going to use it for something. I don't recall why. And it's too late in the episode to be worrying about it now anyway. Okay, well, he's filling. While he's filling, let me grab Poo King. The Poo Poo King here. And let's grab some poo poo. We don't have that much. I don't think having that many animals really. Uh-oh. Got myself stuck. And I think I got all I'm going to get. Let's go check the pigs. See if they've got any poop-a-loop. We got a dog. That dog walks or runs like he's got only 3 legs. I've said that before. I know. It's just every time I see it, it makes me think about it. Now, okay, where's the pig poop go? Well, now that's interesting. Huh. There it is. I'm blind. It was right across the street from where I was. I just went around a big loop. I think it's amazing that the pigs do not make as much manure. They must have a better digestive system or something. I can't recall whether I've set this up to take manure. We'll find out here in a minute. Nope, I didn't. So I've got to find a place to store the manure. Either that or remod this. And I don't know. Right now it can stay in the mixture. But I got to figure it out because I got tons of manure over there that I just made. So I could put a Maurice in someplace. I'm just going to park this here for now. I'm going to get my other dump truck here. And we'll feed some pigs while we're here, I guess. And then we'll put the rest in storage. It shouldn't take very much. As I said, I don't think I have a lot of pigs. Let's see. What do I have? Oh, I've got 34. I got 21 sheep. and I got 21 cows. I think I started off with 20. The pigs breed more than the other two. I think the reason the pigs breed more, this is my thought, you don't, in the normal game, of course now in this mod we've got breeding cattle. In the normal game we don't. We just have milk cows, we've got sheep for wool, and we've got pigs to sell. You grow them and sell them, right? Or you breed them and sell them. So I think I started off with 20, 20, and 20. The cows are not breeding to sell. They're breeding to do a little bit of milk, and they don't breed very fast. The sheep, the same thing. We're getting wool off the sheep, but they're not there to breed. The pigs, the only way we make money on pigs is selling them. So I think they breed a little bit faster so that you've got something to sell. Otherwise, what's the point of having them? So with that, I am going to end this episode. And I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like, share it with a friend. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. And I will see you back on the farm in the next episode. In the meantime, happy farming.